Want to transform your islands from this to this? Well, I got you, buddy. That's what we're going to do right now in this video. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do our structures. So go ahead and buy all the structures you're going to want. And I'll show you where I place them. I usually place them at the top and running down along the sides. I went ahead and I turned off the volume for this clip because it is so bad. As you can see, I am just placing my structures, my bakeries, my mines, all that stuff up along the top, along the sides. I had to move some of my monsters and decorations, but there you go. Here's a bit of a closer look at where the structures are placed. I got it kind of like that. And then there's big open spaces where all our monsters and paths, decorations, whatever will go. Alright, so I got my first layer of paths down. When I was looking in the shop, I saw these purple ones and I saw these green ones. I thought, wow, I think those would go great together. So I got kind of the purple and the green with that gray in the middle for kind of a more basic path. And then my idea was I'm just going to layer that up all the way to the top. We'll see how that looks. Alright, here I go placing all my little paths up along the sides. The biggest tip I have for doing paths is that you just have to be creative. You have to think of a pattern, or you don't have to keep it the same the whole way. You can switch it around every layer or so. You don't even have to do layers. One thing that's hard about paths is that they're kind of permanent. Once you get them down, they're really hard to sell and get rid of, so you can do them over again. So just go with the flow. If you really don't like them, I bet you could change them. It'll just take some time. I really wish My Singing Monsters had a better way of placing these down, but there you go. There's the final little look at the first layer. And I was thinking we're going to do a big circle kind of in the top. I thought that would look pretty cool. Here is the paths fully done. I've got that big circle in the middle, and as you can see, you got the layers of the pink and the gray kind of going up along the sides. You can see actually that the layers, they switch diagonally and they start going a different direction up towards the top. I thought it would be cool to switch them around just so that it kind of looks like an eyeball. I don't know, I thought it'd be cool. Now that we've got our paths where we want them, we got to get our monsters out here. Some tips for your monster placement. I usually give quite a bit of spacing in between my monsters, like 2 or 3 tiles, maybe just 1 sometimes. And I always make sure it's symmetrical side to side, because if it's not, I think it just looks wonky. One thing is that you want to put monsters the same size across from each other. So if you've got a mammoth on one side and Kano on one side like I do, they're almost the same height. They're 2-tile monsters. Those two are perfect to put across from each other. And look how cool this is. We've got our monster arrangement done. I have like 3 more platies in the hotel, but I couldn't fit them all because my castle doesn't have enough beds. So that sucked. You can see I'm zooming in on the spots where I would have put my extra platies. But I'm happy with how this worked out, with that open spot in the middle and the monsters across from each other. Perfect. Now comes this super fun part. We get to actually do our decorating. We get to put our decorations down. Alright, this is what the plan was. I was going to put that big fountain straight in the middle of that circle, right? Then I realized, oh wait, the openness in the middle of that circle doesn't even look very good. So I just filled that straight in with some more paths. I think that made it look better with the paths. And then I just went around with some trees, right? For this island, I usually don't do this, but I just got like every kind of tree I could, and I just scattered them around. Well, symmetrical, of course, but I mean, they were everywhere. And of course, on your islands, you can stick to one kind of tree or whatever like that. Some of these trees, man, they get expensive. I was placing 2 million coin trees around. Holy moly. When I put trees, I usually put them around the edges to start, but I also like to put them in between my monsters. I think it looks super cool when the monsters are hidden half within like a tree or a bush or something like that. So that's exactly what I did with this island. As you can see in the video, I'm getting some of the last little trees and logs and such like that right at the front. Make sure to play around with the object size slider. That really helps me a bunch. You can make them real big, you can make them real small. You can make them like alternate, big, small, big, small. You can make them look so much better if you just do that. Here's me adding in the last little bits. We've got the bagpipes and the logs coming in. The bagpipes are some of my favorite little bits to put in there. They just fill in the spaces nicely. You can't put too many of them though, because then they don't look that good. And there you have it. That little cantoral was my final placement on the island. You can see I'm pretty happy. It looks really good. This is one of my favorite decoration islands I've ever done, honestly. Here's the whole island done. Decoration's done. If you have any questions about the tips, let me know. Most important tip of the video, be creative. Do whatever you think looks good. I'm super happy with how this one turned out. I will be posting a full song of it.